If you're going to fish for catfish, what is some of the very best bait, and where can you go find it? It doesn't cost much. Good morning, guys and girls. It is cold out here this morning. It is cold. November 15th. We're still having beautiful weather, a little rain running around the area. Hebrews 12:25. Hebrews. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, better to have my husband go make some coffee. Hebrews. Okay, Hebrews 12:25. So be careful and do not refuse to listen when God speaks. Be careful and do not refuse to listen when God speaks. Does God speak? Oh yeah, thunder. I hear him in the thunder. God speaks. He speaks to all of us. Let's see what I wrote about that. That's a really nice one right there. I like that. I've always believed that we would one day have an underwater speaker, perhaps attached to our trolling motor, that would transmit sounds under the water to help trigger strikes. You remember I wrote this back in 2005. We have that right now. Maybe we could talk to the fish using the sound of active shad or schooling bass. I'm actually using such a unit right now called a biosonics. Biosonics. Now that biosonics turned into what we now call a hydrowave by T&H Marine. And that hydrowave, and as I say right here when I wrote this book back in 2005, I've had some really positive results using a hydrowave. I put a hydrowave on all of my boats. It's a very, very important tool. And let me tell you, some of you use those and some of you don't. In using a hydrowave, and what that's doing is transmitting sound underwater of schooling shad, just like I had talked about for like 30 years ago, you know, and I thought we should have something like that. Well, we do, but how we use that a lot is, you know, when I go fishing, I turn it on. I put it on continuous play, and it's schooling shad. I turn it up pretty high, and I start fishing. If I'm doing well, I leave it on. If I'm not doing well, I turn it off. If I turn it off, and if I'm not catching fish, I turn it on. I turn it back on. But where you can really see it a lot is sometimes when you're fishing, let's say out on points where you got a lot of open water around you, and you can have that hydrowave on, and if you have it off, turn it on, and you see little shad start flickering around. It kind of excites the shad and gets them going, and then you'll start catching fish. So we were testing it back in these early days, and what we would do on that, we'd like go fish 200 or 300 yards of bank with it off, and then turn it on and go just backpedal on that 200 yards. Sometimes it worked well, sometimes it didn't work. So it's not one of those deals that is going to automatically guarantee that you catch fish, because you've got to be around the fish to catch them. But it will transmit that sound of shad in the water. And they got a lot of sounds in them now. They're made by T&H Marine now. T&H Marine bought that company not too awful long ago, 2 or 3 years back. But it's a unit that I've used ever since they come out with it. Like I said, it was originally a biosonics. Now it's called a hydrowave. Is God talking to his people today? Is God talking to you? Is God talking to me? Yes. Does he talk to us individually? Again, absolutely. During my most trying and difficult situations, my God has always been there. He talks to me as I pray, listens to sermons, as I read his word, or as I worship him with music. And y'all have heard me say I'm a big Christian music lover. I listen to Christian music. I think David Crowder's like the most talented guy I've ever seen. He's just unbelievable. Mercy Me, and on and on and on. So many of them I just love, just absolutely love. He's given me answers. He's given me reasons for things happening. And most of all, he's given me comfort. I couldn't make it without him. Trust me, God will speak. And if you're a Christian, he will speak to you. He'll speak to you on a daily basis. But you got to listen. Because if you don't listen, it's not going to do you any good. He'll keep talking. You keep listening. Well, here we go. We got in a big hurry again and did not do a tip. But I'm back. I'm trying to get out of this cold morning. Chris looked at me and she said, "Did you do a tip?" And I said, "No." Hey, I've got one, though. I've got one for you. Got it written right down here in the book. By the way, if you don't have a Catching the Day book, give us a call at our office, area code 918-457-5115, and we can get you a copy of it. I pay the shipping and handling. I think the books are about $15, and you can kind of follow along with us. We will be reading this book also, starting back at January again, and you'll be amazed because I've read it for years and years and years. You'll be amazed at how when you hear it again and we tell some different stories, and we'll change it around a little bit. We will stay with the scriptures and stuff, but you'll be amazed at how well it is just to follow along, and it'll help you. It really will. And if you want it personalized, autographed, we'll be sure and tell them that, and I'll do that too. I'll even pay the shipping and handling to send it back to you. Okay, we do have a tip. We do have a tip, and our tip is catch shad below dams for great catfish bait. Shad, and you can use cut shad. You can use, if you catch the little thread fin shad, you can use the whole shad. Just worm it on your hook. It is absolutely fantastic. If you're running trot lines, if you're fishing on the bottom, fishing for catfish, fishing under corks, whatever, it's great just to catch shad below a dam. Use them right there below the dam. I mean, if you're going to go somewhere else and fish, that's fine. This is a great time of the year to catch a lot of shad, freeze them, and you'll have shad for next year. The shad are everywhere in all the lakes. It's got the biggest population of shad this time of the year that you'll have any time of the year. So you can catch those down below those dams. If you've got a dam around close to where you live, you can catch those shad below your dam, and you've got some absolutely outstanding catfish bait. And I know, I paid my way through college selling catfish. Y'all have a good one out there. The tip was a little long, a little extra, and a little late. But remember, I still love you.